We are finally working on the RSX. The Miata has really taken over the channel recently.
No one has made that shit.
So the reason we haven't paid a lot of attention to the RSX is this kind of has become a headache. The battery died, the bags aren't fully installed. So today we're gonna be adding front and rear camber to the RSX. I'm also gonna be rolling the fenders so that way I don't have to add a ton of camber. I don't want this to be a camber build. I really just kind of want to make this clean, sit down low, and just look really nice overall. So I ended up going with the Skunk 2 camber kit for the rear, and then just some camber bolts for the front. So hopefully these work. If not, I'll probably end up having to slot the front coilovers, so that way we can add a little bit more camber if we need to. I don't really know how these work, so wish me luck. Hopefully, I'm probably gonna have to look up a video on how to actually get these to work, so yeah. These Skunk 2 bags are kind of fancy.
So I'm gonna start working on getting the wheels off. If you guys are curious as to what wheel setup this is, they're Work VS6X's. I made a whole video on them. Go check out the video. But before I do go on, I do want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed to the channel, everybody that's been liking the videos, to show a little bit of appreciation to everybody. And not only that too, but I really want to keep up with some of your guys' builds. So make sure to go down, comment down below what your Instagram name is, and I'll go and make sure to follow you guys on Instagram. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, like the videos, and let's get to this install.
If you're trying to use this video as a tutorial, this bolt right here is a 17. This bolt here is a 10. And then there's 2 bolts back here, and these 2 bolts are 17s. Alright, so that camber kit is off. Pretty easy. Honestly, I'd say difficulty to get this off was like a 2 out of a 10. I'm getting a little sick, so I'm losing my voice, so I do apologize, guys. Alright, so right off the bat, first thing I'm noticing is there's nowhere to put the sensor like there is on the original one. So you can see there is nothing like that on this one. So we're gonna have to zip tie the sensor onto the new one. This one here has the thread already welded onto this side. This one does not. So I'm gonna have to find a nut that'll fit that. And then another thing is these are about the same length. So what you wanna do when you wanna get more camber is you wanna make this one shorter, not longer. So in order to make this shorter, which as of right now we can only go longer, so you can see if I twist out, we can go longer, but that's not what we're looking for. So what we're looking for to do here is I need to get these lock nuts off of here. So these 2 lock nuts right here need to come off, so that way we can run more camber. Once again, I'm not trying to go for a camber build, but we need to fit the wheels, so I have to get these lock nuts off. If you're struggling to get this onto here to get your bolt in, here's a little trick. There's 4 bolts here up in the front, a 22, a 19, a 22, and a 19. So what you want to do is you want to loosen the bottom one up just a little bit, and then you want to take this one completely off because we're going to be replacing the top one. So now if you're at this point, you grab your camber bolt, put it through. You want the more rigid part on the inside, and then each of the camber bolts has a little washer with this little flap right here. I am going to put one facing the opposite way, so one here and then the other one facing that way. You can kind of see that one's right there. Push this as far in as you can. So right now it's as far as it goes. Then I'm going to lock it up and get this going. All right, so now my camber bolt's on. Time to put on the wheels and see if this worked. I did also push these forward, so the towers did go forward to get us a little bit more camber in the front. Just because, like I said, I don't want to go too crazy. I know the rear's super crazy, but the front, not so much. The RSX is officially on the ground. Here it is. There's still a ton that needs to be done on the RSX. The rear has enough camber to fit the wheels. The front, not so much. I think it's still kind of hitting on the tire, and I really want the fitment to be the fender right next to the lips. So we've got to go down about this much on the front here. And then I think what I want to do is I'm actually going to be slotting the coilovers to hopefully get this in a little bit more. Like I said, I don't want to go too crazy with camber, but I definitely need more than this if I want to run this setup. So as for right now, we're super close. So maybe if I did that camber a little bit more, we would be right where it needs to be. But so far so good. The rear looks crazy. So with the rear, I mean, we can go lower if we wanted to, but I don't want to go lower just because I like this look where it's very, very flush. I did want this to poke out a little bit more, but for right now, I think it looks good. Like, I mean, nothing is gonna go in there. As a matter of fact, the car is actually sitting on the rim. It can't go any lower than that. So, well, it can go lower than that, but the car can't allow it to go lower because the rim is right there. So, I don't know. I think this looks pretty good. We just gotta get the front done. I'm not sure if it's just me working on the RSX or if it's a common issue that these cars have, but every time I mess with the suspension, my alignment gets thrown off like crazy. So you can see that this wheel is pretty twisted. You can tell from the back here, I mean, the wheel is turned a lot. And then if we go over to the other side, this wheel is straight. So, I don't know. So I guess I'll have to mess with the alignment. But before I do that, like I said, I need to slot those rotors, get that camber in a little bit more. So there's that still needs to be done. I'm probably not going to be doing that in this video just because it's already so long. So the last couple things I do need to do though is get that alignment done. I need to replace the battery in the RSX because it's dead, and then the bags need to be fully installed. Hopefully we can get the front adjustments a little bit nicer, like I said, so we can be fender to lip there. But so far it's looking pretty good. I've got a ton of stuff that needs to be done still. Not for mobile purposes, but just to make it look a little bit better. Obviously, we need to paint the whole setup I've got going here. We've got a lip that goes underneath of the RSX, and then we've got some stuff for the trunk area. I think just because I've stalled on this car so much, what I am going to be doing is I'm probably going to be painting everything black, getting all the dents fixed, everything like that. I'm going to keep it the original color, and then I'm probably going to end up wrapping it just to keep it original. If it ever needs to be sold or anything along the lines of that, I do want to keep it the original color and just kind of stick to that stuff. So as for right now, we're going to leave it this color. And then hopefully later down the road,
we can get this wrapped, it'll look a lot better. We've got tons of stuff that still needs done on the RSX, so stick around, guys. Definitely subscribe to the channel. If you guys are here because of the Miata, I've got a lot of stuff coming for this car, but for right now, I'm just gonna focus on the RSX, just due to the fact that this is kind of my main priority for right now. I've had a lot of fun with the Mazda, but we're probably gonna mess with this a little bit more in the summertime. I've got a custom spoiler I'm going to be making, so that'll be nice. And then, other than that, guys, thanks for staying to the end of the video. Hope you guys liked it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video.